Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling you guys the best fruit for each sea, and then I'm going to just kind of like give you guys an ability showcase and all the stuff you kind of need to learn about those specific fruits for each sea and how they kind of help with that specific sea. So yeah. Alright guys, so I'm on the account with the light fruit now, and the reason why light fruit is the best fruit for the first sea is mainly first because it's a low gear fruit. So if I go to this enemy right here, right, first he can't hit me, so grinding on this fruit is probably one of the best fruits you can get in the first sea. And then the next reason is, as you can see, the first sea is pretty big. So pretend I have some money, right, and I want to go to the jungle and get a new fruit. With any other fruit, it'll take forever to actually get to the jungle here. But with the light fruit, its travel speed is really fast and probably the best out of all the other fruits. So this is definitely a must-have for the first sea. So another good thing about the light fruit is its sword. So the only two fruits in the game that can do damage without using any abilities is the light and ice fruit, as they both have swords. So as you can see here, this guy can't hit me at all, but I can hit him with the sword, which is very useful for farming and grinding. Although, since light fruit is really good because they can't hit you at all, there's some enemies with hockey, and I'm pretty sure in the first sea the only place they do have hockey is this magma area. These guys with the black swords can hit low gear fruits like the light fruit. I recommend staying away from those guys. So just try and take it a little bit further fight here and use your abilities like that. Alright, yeah guys, so this fruit is really good for the first sea. So this is honestly like a must-have to get past the first sea. If you guys want to have some fun in the first sea and stuff, you can use whatever fruit you want, but if you want to get second sea as fast as possible, I highly recommend using the light fruit. So the first ability here has a long range and it does decent amount of damage. Get the light beam there and then the light barrage. You can also stay in the air using it. Get the light kick, which knocks the enemies back. Then we have a light beam barrage. Then obviously the light sword and the light flight. Another thing to remember about the light flight is the lower health you have, the slower it is. Make sure before you're like flying across the map, make sure you do have your health all the way maxed up to the highest. And yeah, that's the main reason why light fruit should be a main fruit to have in the first sea to get to the second sea. Alright guys, now for the second sea, I have this fruit on currently, and it's probably going to have to be the Buddha fruit. This fruit is so good for grinding in PvP again. And if you really want to get to the third sea pretty fast, like I've probably gotten like 200 levels in a couple of days from using the Buddha fruit. Main thing I do like about the Buddha is look at the range. These guys cannot hit you at all. And it does so much damage, it takes so like really fast for grinding and farming. And the main things you do guys want to have with this Buddha fruit is make sure you have like a decent melee. So I have electric right now, so this one's alright, but you could also use like superhuman or electric claws, something like that. Then make sure for the stats you have a lot of points into melee, because melee is kind of what gives you more damage with your fighting style. It also gives you some more energy if you guys need that. And for the Buddha Awakening, if you guys have the same stats that I do, I recommend only awakening the shift and the dash ability. Because the shift, it just makes you larger and be able to hit further, and the dash helps with movement. So, and another last thing about the Buddha fruit is how diverse it is. Like this fruit's a complete fruit in its own. Like the movement's alright, so if you want to travel, it's kind of slow. So make sure I get like Mink V3 with the Buddha fruit. But if you just go in the water, you can get to any island you want pretty fast. You also have the Retribution Dash. And then for grinding, it's probably one of the best fruits for grinding right now in the second sea. And for PvP, it's not bad. If you're good at getting close to someone, just spamming the click and be able to punch them really helps out a lot for PvP. And the amount of damage you take is like you barely take any damage. So for raids, it's OP for raids. You can solo most raids with Awakened Buddha. And like I can solo all the raids except for like Phoenix and Buddha, and I'm only at 1,100. So you guys can get easy fragments, easy money from that. And that's probably why Buddha's so great for the second C. So here's all of the Buddha abilities. So first you have the shift, which basically turns into the Buddha. You can't use any of the abilities until you are in this Buddha form, so make sure you are in the shift. We have Heavenly Impact, which kind of slams down and knocks back enemies. So let's get one over here. So with this guy, slams, knocks him back. Light of Annihilation, which kind of shoots out a beam, has decent range, also knocks him back. And probably my favorite ability here, Twilight of Gods. Basically have shoot multiple beams everywhere, which has a high chance of hitting people in that area. So I got these two guys. And the last one is Retribution Dash, which grabs the person, or if there's no one, you just dash forward a bit. Here I'll show a little bit of PvP, where you just spam click. And you finish them off just like that. And now finally for the third C. So with the third C, you don't have like any other place you're trying to grind for. There's no fourth C or anything like that. But to get to that max level and that max kind of stats and everything, I recommend Buddha again. It's really strong in third C as well. Helps a lot with grinding and getting your levels up. But once you are at that like max level stage, honestly, you're kind of like free to use whatever fruit you like. So some like nice PvP ones. So once you're at that high level, you can start doing some PvP or some bounty hunting. Some nice ones could be like Venom, Soul, Dragon, Doe. Some nice PvP fruits there. And because you already have the max level, you already have all the stats you need. And you could just start using those. And so that wraps up today's video. Hopefully you guys kind of enjoyed that. So another like re-wrap about it. First C, make sure you use Light Fruit. Light Fruit is a must-have in the first C. So good. The mobility is amazing. The Logia part of it is amazing. The sword it has is amazing. It's just the perfect fruit for the first C. And second C is the Buddha fruit. Perfect for grinding, perfect for raids, perfect for everything. And then third C, you actually have a little bit of freedom there, so you can use whatever fruits you want for PvP, but for grinding, stick with Buddha. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah.